Casey.
Hi, my name is Christian Alexander Morán of Latin Horror, and we're here with Arianna Rivas of
Hi,
Black Phone 2. Hey, how you doing?
good, all right. How are you?
I'm doing great, trying to stay warm here in the East Coast. I wanted to ask you, how are you enjoying the reception that the horror community is having for Black Phone 2?
Oh, I feel so just blessed that everyone is seems to be enjoying it and that the original fans are enjoying the second one because it's so hard to do. And I'm just happy that everyone's loving it, and I'm happy that the fans are still in this world in the same way that they loved the first one. I'm grateful.
Hello, Finney.
I know the character of Mustang was not originally in the first draft. How did this role end up in your hands?
Ooh, yeah, she came to me through an email. I saw Black Phone 2 pop up, which my jaw dropped because I loved the first one already. And so when this came through, I thought, how and who am I gonna play in this? And reading her character description, I absolutely loved her. She's kind of like hard as nails, but not really. She's kind of a big softie, and so a lot of who she was just kind of resonated. I also am from Nebraska. With I grew up with horses, and so every part of it kind of felt at home. And so, yeah, it felt natural. It felt like a really fun thing, but it was just a dream come true. To get any audition is exciting, but then to get one for a film that I was already a fan of was a dream.
As an actress, how did you prepare for the role, and what did you want to convey to the audience with that role?
Oh, I think the biggest thing with Mustang was kind of finding where her power sits. I remember
Mhm.
doing the callback with Scott, and in my first go, she was a lot more reactive, a lot more like ready to fight, ready to go. And Scott said no less. She's grounded, she's controlled. And that shifted the way that I was thinking about her and my approach to her. And so I did a lot of work with horses, and I went back to my family farm. And working with horses, you kind of have to be calm to not spook them, but you have to be really strong so they don't dominate you. And so for me, it was dealing with horses to find kind of how she carries herself. So a lot of it came from horse work with Mustang.
Hell is different than you think. They take the best parts of you, the human parts, and leave only the worst bits. Only the sins. I am a bottomless pit of sin.
I am a very big proponent about diversity and also seeing my face, the Latino face on screen. And, I wanted to say, how was it for you when you found out you got the role and then you're going to work with two other Latinos?
Yes. Yes. Oh my goodness. Well, I found out a few weeks after getting the role that I would be working with Damian. And I've loved his work for a really long time. But when I found out I'd be working with him and that he'd be playing my uncle, it was just, I was ready to learn. I was just ready to learn. And Scott connected us. And Damian actually, he said, hey, can we jump in a Zoom and just talk? And he was so generous with his time and his energy. And he said, if you ever have questions, if you want to brainstorm things, he was just really dedicated to telling this story and building this world. So we had a lot of conversations about what kind of foods did we eat and what kind of music did we listen to and what was Monzo's influence on Mustang. So we had a lot of conversations like that, but it was just really cool to see him represent his culture and to kind of teach me about that, because obviously he's Mexican and Mondo is as well, and Dominican, so I got to really kind of lean into his perspective with that. So it was really cool.
And how about working with the young Miguel Mora?
Miguel, oh my goodness. He's going places. He's so ready to learn, ready to go. I loved watching him on set because he would go around to all of the gaff, everybody, the cinematographer, and say, how does this work and how does that, so why are you doing it like this? And he was just always so curious, and he was writing and sketching, and he's just always creating and always in a state of process. So it was infectious being around his energy and his excitement to be there. It was really cool.
Fanny, did you think that our story was over?
He brought us here for a reason.
What do you think happens when you die? It's time to find out.
Growing up, what kind of influences did horror have, from like folklore or movies?
Ooh, yes. My sister was a really big horror buff. So growing up, I would always get little sneak peeks of the movies that she would watch, and she taught me how many different types of horror there are. And I realized, okay, I'm not into gore, I'm not into human centipede, I like the psychological. So she opened my eyes to just how deep this world goes, and also how deep the fan base is for horror. It's such a loyal group of people who get so excited about this genre. So it was really cool, to just see that as an audience member, and then to be on the inside of that kind of world has been really, really cool and exciting.
Did you think our story was over? You're dead. You, of all people, know that dead is just a word.
Black Phone 2 is still in theaters, and it's also streaming on, digital platforms, and it's going to be out on Blu-ray, DVD, all that good stuff on December 23rd. Thank you for the interview.
Thank you so much for having me. It's been really nice talking to you. I really appreciate your questions.
Thanks.